Hello, hello, it's John Binnie up to work and Naked Revive. Hello! It looks a little bit like I'm driving in a sleeping bag. It's because there is a sleeping bag behind me. When I've been busy doing my client sessions in my van, I have been getting it nice and warm and cozy so that I don't lose all the heat. And it's really funny because on the outside, I think it just looks like I'm camping in the street near my house, and then actually inside I'm doing quantum energy healings and clearings and Akashic record readings and channeling spirit guides and all kinds of stuff. So if only people outside and perhaps my neighbors knew. I get the feeling some of them do. I'm sure sometimes I see them on my YouTube channel or checking out my adverts on Facebook. Today is Tuesday, and as I drive early this time to Naked Revive, my first client is in the UK. Woohoo! Not in person, but it all helps getting closer. So I think they're in the London area, and it'll just be really cool to do 4 sessions today, and I might do two in the morning, and then just head home for the 2 afternoon ones, and do the 2 afternoon ones in my driveway. Um, and then there's at night I have the highest self membership group call, and the our members have been voting on what subjects they'd like to cover, and we have a theme each month which we've just kicked off. And this theme this month is about, as we're in winter, focusing on cultivating your inner light. That will be really exciting to do, and it's super fascinating, right? Like there's always it's almost like these themes intertwine. If I set a theme for the membership group each month, which I'm now doing, and I've got like the next 12 themes, 12 months planned out. And what's really lovely is that I often see in client sessions like reflections of my own life, of these themes for the membership group. It's like everything intertwines, like everything for a reason and purpose. And just yesterday had some really beautiful sessions with clients. And the last one was all about creating safe spaces, and both for yourself and then later for others, to teach others how to do it. And that was just really beautiful. Like what an incredible way to cultivate light is to be able to hold space, hold a safe space. Um, it felt like there was something else important to say. Oh yeah, so one of the reasons I'm not yet back in my studio is I'm doing music every day again, is because we're just so close to finishing the work. Tomorrow, our builder will come back and put, it's just a small job, but waiting for the plaster to dry on the outer walls of the garage. It's like this fire seal stuff. I think it's called fire krill or fire sill. It's a kind of form of fireproof silicon mastic. And they'll go around that, and then I'll be able to start moving my stuff in. Now I do have a busy week, so it'll be interesting to see when I can fit in moving moving the stuff from my studio and taking it out to the garden, walking around the side of the house, and putting it in front of the little baby studio at the front. But who cares? I'm just looking forward to it, and the whole renovations have just been absolutely fantastic. Just blow our minds. The builders have been fantastic, and it's just so cool to have such a beautiful space to work and play and dance. And today's meditation message was all about dancing. So I did. I danced. In fact, I was posting my "Hi, it's John" video on TikTok, and yes, I'm on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, where I post each day to all three, and LinkedIn every day as well. So what I loved was this. As soon as I posted my story on TikTok, someone was dancing, and it's like, oh, I'm dancing in my kitchen, so I was like dancing along with them, and yeah, like just encouraging you to dance today, whatever you do, even if it's just a little bit of a jig. Um, or even better if it's like really shaking off any blocked energy. And it's such an incredible way, right? Like, if you when you dance, you just release so much, and it's fun, right? It's such fun to shake off um, that energy down into the ground, into earth. What else? There's something else important to tell you. And my mind's gone completely blank. Well, you know what? It's just as well. I don't edit these videos because I just come back and delete me going, oh, I don't know what to say. Um, yeah, excited to get back in the studio. Excited for doing music again each day. I've enjoyed being able to squeeze in like a song or two at the weekends. And it's quite funny because that's how I started my journey. But looking forward to like going back um, to creating more and just making use of that wonderful space. Really excited about it. Can you tell I'm excited about it? Oh, and thank you for. That's right. I was going to say thank you for your kind words and responses about Patch. Um, Patch, our Papillon, just turned 13, and I was celebrating him in our weekly newsletter, and I love it. Right, like I love that whenever I express something that I'm really passionate about, you often respond and celebrate it with me, and I absolutely adore Pat. If anything, I wish he was here right next to me. That would be really cool. Um, and he just, gets us out in nature all the time. I had such a lovely walk yesterday with my daughter, who's just back from university for a month or so for the holidays, and she's got studying almost every day, and it's just lovely to take the time out. And what was also lovely and a real honor was at lunch. She said, "How long do you have?" And I said, "Well, I don't really know. I just have my weekly." And it's quite funny. I called it my weekly reports. I was like, "No, John, you left your corporate job over 6 months ago. It's not a weekly report. It's a weekly newsletter for your customers." Um, and I said, "Oh, actually, I can spend as long as I want walking. In fact, if I wanted to, I could do the newsletter, another day." And it just felt really cool to feel that and to not feel like pressured and rushed. And although you hear me doing a lot of sessions, every like this will all balance out, and I've got put in place balances going into next year, and I've got holidays coming up. Woo! Um, but the important thing is to just know that in the times that you're not like, if I'm not doing a client session, I can just take a break, have a nap, go for a long walk, like whatever I choose, right? Unless something is really broken and affecting a lot of people on my website, or someone's got a real problem I need to help solve, then it's just as well to be flexible. And it's quite funny when I reflect on how that makes me feel, both physically, my health wise, like it's amazing health wise. I'm not, just spending time doing far too many sessions and cramming in naps and stuff just to kind of stay alive. It's more, and that would entirely be possible, right? But it's more about just a sustainable pace and finding that right pace, that right balance. I remember, I've got 4 sessions today, and I remember on Sunday's training, uh, our massage therapist teacher, who's teaching us Swedish massage therapy, she was saying that she does 4 sessions. No, yeah, 4 sessions in a day. But just said that that's like no more than that. 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So there's breaks in between. I think they're just an hour each. And I think it's really important to acknowledge this, right? Like you need to really think about pacing yourself in your work and the rest of your life. And it's not so much that you're waiting for something to happen. I'm not waiting to uh, for my workload to balance itself. It's more like in every single day, in every single moment, what can you do to show yourself that you love yourself more, that you have strong boundaries, that you protect yourself, and that your heart feels safe. I feel, when your heart feels safe, it's so much easier to enjoy what you're doing and to enjoy your work, and it doesn't really feel like work. Like you have the honor of connecting with others. As we get to as we get close to Haddington, I I was just going to explain that I'm getting in for. I think I'll be there for about by the time I've parked and walked there, it'll be about 8 a.m. or just after. And I was reflecting on how it does take quite a while to set up. And it's just small things, right? I just go in, turn on the lights, check the heating in the different rooms, because I'm usually the first in. And then I go and make sure the room I'm in is heating up nicely. And then I start setting up my microphone on a little mixing desk, my laptop, and my YouTube light. And because wherever I go, and I actually yesterday bought a um, little no, a second little red mixing box, Focusrite, I think they're called. Just absolutely phenomenal little boxes. And I'm going to use that in my studio for a mix of music and podcasting, client sessions. And what I love about that little red box for is I can plug in my fancy microphone, and then it's just like one cable from the microphone to the box, and then from the box is a USB connection to your laptop or computer. And it has this button. I mean, I wish these things were around when I was just getting started. It has a little button. You just press it, and it's called Auto, and you talk for maybe I think it's like 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. And so often what I do is just talk quite loud at it for 15 seconds. And what it does is it adjusts the input settings, like the gain settings, to match the the optimal levels. And it just blows my mind. It's like that's so simple, and yet it's so cool. And now that I understand how it works, and the really cool thing is that you can just as you're getting set up, you just press that once and you're pretty much done. And then I test it on Zoom. So that geeky joy brings me joy, and really brings an opportunity to just simplify these things. And I do think when I'm back in my studio, I need to simplify a lot of things. I'm going to simplify just taking out stuff I don't use. I have like a load of backdrops that you don't see me using anymore that I just don't use. I think a harder question to figure out is will I keep my laptop or not? Laptop? What am I saying? Will I keep my drum kit or not? So I'm trying to multitask. Um, that will be interesting because I really love playing the drums. Will there be space? Probably. And the cool thing is it's electric drum kit that you can kind of fold away a little bit. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do kind of push it to the side a little bit and make it easy to open up. Because I only use it maybe once a month or so. And in part it's time, but in part, yeah, I don't know. It's just whenever it feels joyous. So here we are in the beautiful town of Haddington, the historic town of Haddington in East Lothian. It is a beautiful town, surrounded by rolling hills and countryside, within easy commuting distance from the city of Edinburgh. It has a population of, I don't even know how many people here. My guess is like 5,000, so that's kind. Thank you. Um, People are very nice here. Oh, and just almost hitting this fan. Um, yeah, it's a lovely little town. I think the restaurants here are fantastic. I love all the old buildings, and I love the people are super friendly. And what else do I love about Haddington? It has like these kind of two high streets. Like like this is we just drove past one, and then this is like the other side, which is really funny. Um, and they have the Christmas lights. It would be amazing to show you the Dunbar Christmas lights. Maybe if I drive back and I remember, I'll drive you through um, Dunbar. Although if I'm heading back at lunchtime, you won't see them. So we'll see. Yeah, I was thinking of heading home at lunch if I didn't mention that already, and then using that, just doing the rest of the sessions since I have a late session from a driveway of all places. Uh, yeah, this is me pulling up to go into the long stay car park. You can only park on the street for about an hour and 30 minutes, so that won't be enough for a couple of sessions and setting up and taking down. But yeah, this is a beautiful place, and on the next video, I'm thinking of, and this might be a weekend video that I'm doing. I'm thinking of either doing like one of these long, hour-long meditations on cord cutting, or an hour-long meditation on, or an hour-long talk perhaps on negative entities, like who are they, where do they come from, how do they attach, what can you do about it, like all these things. If you're supportive of either of those, who made it all the way to this video ending, or if you have any other requests, just let me know in the comments. I always love servicing your requests. I love the energy of fulfilling something that is on your mind. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will turn you off at that. Have a great day, sending love.